Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today, yours truly, very apropos of the game we're about to watch, has found a new Persian restaurant nearby. And after a tasty zaytun parvarde and the best kubide kebab I've ever had, I'm now full and ready to sit down to watch Barles playing as the Persians in red take on MbL playing as the Celts in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings with scouts, and you know I'm about to say it, with piggly wigglies, and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Why don't we take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today? Barles, already with some interesting moves here, decides to cancel the house that he was building here. I guess he doesn't want to block the ability to mine gold as efficiently as possible. But in any event, we've got the Persians, an economic powerhouse with a tech tree that is incredibly strong and diverse. In addition to getting access to all of the economic upgrades available in the game, they do start the game with extra food and wood. Their town centers and docks work progressively faster as the game goes on, all the way up to 20% faster in Imperial, and they can be a pain in the butt to raid because both their town centers and docks also come with twice the normal amount of HP, and their castles can be upgraded to take less bonus damage and fire more powerful bullets instead of arrows. And by the way, those bullets come with an attack bonus against rams and infantry, which might be a bit of a problem for our Celt. Now, using their economic advantages, the Persians do focus heavily on their cavalry. Their Nightline units come with an extra attack against archers, and using every single upgrade available, both the stable and the blacksmith, the Persians can field two unique cavalry units. The first is the strongest in the game, the War Elephant, a unit that comes with a powerful attack, a huge amount of hit points, and does trample damage, but is both super expensive and still, on the whole, kind of slow. Now, their second is the Savara heavy cavalry unit that replaces the Persian Paladin and comes with a decent additional attack bonus against archers. Now, to support their cavalry on the I was going to say battlefield or field of battle, and it came out Bield, because of course it does. To support their cavalry on the field of battle, Persian archers and crossbows can be upgraded to turn them into trash units by making them cost only 60 wood. And if you want to be more mobile with your archers, the Persians do get Parthian tactics in Castle Age and Age earlier. And so while Barles continues pushing these stubborn deer towards their inevitable tasty demise, let's take a look at the Celts, a civilization built around the need for speed. Their lumberjacks work faster, which is great because Celts need lots and lots of wood for their primary focus, which is siege. Celtic siege workshops work faster, their siege units fire faster, and all siege workshops units can be upgraded to get 40% more HP. Now, coming back to the need for speed, Celtic infantry do move faster than normal starting in Feudal Age. Their castles and towers can be upgraded to attack faster, and their unique unit, the Woad Raider, is the second fastest infantry unit in the game, and one that comes with a good amount of HP and a pretty damn strong attack. Deer thought it could get away for a second, but no one is safe in the Dark Ages in Age of Empires. Now, in order to feed a big, hungry, growing population in the early stages of the game, the Celts can convert and steal enemy herdables, oink oink, even if there are enemy units standing right next to them. Those are the two civilizations we've got before us. Two of the OG Age of Kings civilizations, both players at 17 villagers a pop. Looks like Barles is almost about to discover where his opponent is. He has discovered the primary stone, which should clue him into the fact that he's in the right area, but he is going very far afield, or maybe he realizes he's here. Maybe he saw a villager? Maybe he saw some of these lumberjacks? In any event, both players are heading up to the next age. It looks like our Persian is going to get there about 25 seconds earlier, which tells me, did he get loom? Yes, he got loom. Interesting. And there you go. That is that faster Persian working town center. So even though both players have essentially, 2 seconds idle time for the TC for the Celt and 0 idle time for the Persian, is not really a huge difference right now. But the fact that our Persian has a 2-second lead when it comes to idle time, and his town center works 5% faster, just shows you the exact same build, the exact same play, the exact same everything, and yet he is ahead 30 or so, 25 or so seconds than his opponent going up to the next stage. That's just one of these super cool features of the Persian Empire, as it looks like MbL now discovered where his opponent is and is going to do the loop-de-loop as Barles does the exact same thing. Okay, so let's take a look at the situation on the map. as our Persian hits Feudal Age. Primary gold for our Celt, nice and secure in the back, as we saw primary stone a little bit exposed over here. Additional gold to the left, additional gold to the back. I like that. Also, additional forests and stone to the back. So this is a pretty damn good open base when it comes to, rather, a pretty good base when it comes to resources. It's a pretty damn open, though, when it comes to forests. And that's why maybe MbL is already starting to put a bit of a horizontal block here. Does this go all the way to the forest? Your guess is as good as mine. It certainly does look like it, but we know that looks can be deceiving in Age of Empires. Our Persian, also gold in the back, also stone in the front. His additional gold, where is it? Oh man, is that exposed and annoyingly placed on a hill. He's got additional gold here to the side as well. And yeah, I mean, he's also got a few forests in the rear position and some stone in the rear position, but the entire forward of his base completely open. So he's starting to wall this in, creating a bit of a funnel at the moment as MbL continues to circle, searching for perhaps a villager, silly enough, to try to escape the doldrums, the boring life that exists near a town center for the riskier life that exists in the countryside. 2 scouts gun down a villager. First blood going to our Persian here, who manages to snipe that villager and takes very little damage on his scout units. And at the same time also manages to shoo MbL away, and not falling for the high ground trap is Barles, who immediately retreats with his scout. 31 HP, 10 HP. Yeah, even with the high ground, he probably should have engaged into that. Although MbL unlikely to do so, realizing that his scout is also basically about to die. Barles is back. These 2 scouts have not left. They looked like they were going to leave, but man, oh man, did they not. They're probably going to try to pull the spearmen out of position. 2 of them already here, and another one being trained. Where's the barracks? Oh, the barracks is pretty far away, but pretty far away from the town center, but pretty damn close to these berries, which is always a good location for a spearman, especially if your opponent is starting to go heavy on the cavalry. And I would say 4 scout units at the 12-minute mark of the game is pretty darn heavy on the cavalry, although our Celt responds in kind, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a bit of a yo-yo situation where one player is attacking into the north, the other player is attacking into the south, and let's hope that we can catch all of the action and that I don't miss too much. I'm never going to promise I'm going to catch everything. That's why I started doing picture-in-picture, but I can promise that I will try. 1 spearman down, 2 spearmen down, or maybe not, maybe not. Oh, so loses 2 scouts, gets 2 spear in return. Have these guys done much? Not really. Where's the third? He died. So Barles also managing to pick off the 3rd scout that was here, unless MbL sent it home. No, he did not. And now the southern reaches of his settlement are safe and secure. Is this completely walled in here to the east as well? Oh, he must know that there's this 1 scout with literally 2 HP. Somebody pick up your spade, pick up your hoe, your fork, whatever the hell you're using. Not a fork, sorry, whatever the hell you're using to till your fields, and just poke this guy in the ass. Somebody do it. Somebody get this guy. As he runs circles around, it looks like our Persian here taking another fight, but his scouts are starting to get a little weak. The original 4 have become 2. Both players have killed a villager each, but our Persian's still in the lead. 1 kill count. I mean, this is a spearman can keep running forever. I don't know. I wonder if MbL just right-clicked a bunch of times here with the shift key to just cue these guys to run around endlessly, as he himself is working away on his town center. Although he is 2 villagers down compared to his opponent. I'm surprised it's that little. 15 minutes into the game with the Persian now 10% faster working town center. Just a testament to how well these players are playing. I mean, idle time is 1 second for our Persian, 4 seconds for our Celt, which is not really that terrible. If you can get 4 seconds idle time in the 16-minute mark of the game, all the more power to you. Oh, a little bit of HP knocked down from that villager. It looks like Barles is poking in here yet again. Oh, there's a gap here. Our Celt realizes it. Good for him for noticing. And yet again, we've got another suicidal unit here that just wants to jump off the edge of the map. What is happening in Age of Empires? Disappearing units, moonwalking boars, suicidal scouts, and what did we see last time? Pikemen? Or were they halberdiers? There we go, finally. Oh, look at that! Barles catching these guys on their escape. And down they go, although it does look like he lost his own scout here to the spearman. And now he's got to get the hell out of here. Or maybe not. Maybe you're hoping that the tiger takes the spearman out. Not really going to happen. The spearman decides to just back away. Why the hell fight? Why the hell take unnecessary HP damage? Although, okay, now he engages. I mean, if you're going to fight, just fight. Stop teasing the tiger. Stop teasing us. Maybe he was waiting for the high ground, but I think he had the high ground here on the left. So a tiger attacking MbL. MbL getting both of the archers of his opponent, who ultimately got it. The skirmisher shows up after the scouts did all the work and says, hey guys, can I put my name on the project as well? And then throws his javelin or whatever the hell the skirmisher throws and kills that archers after all of these guys did the work. And look at their HP, 2 HP. This guy is basically primed for relic duty. Go and try to find what is happening with our Celtic base. Why did he not take this hill as part of the settlement? Now you're all of a sudden exposed. You got the giving your opponent the high ground here. MbL first to reach castle, his Persian opponent. About 30, 40 seconds behind. Not the end of the world. Especially since Barles has a fairly good villager lead at this point. 6 villagers. Army supplies not too dissimilar. And now he's discovering the Huang-style siege workshop proxy by our Celt. Let's see what happens here. What are you? You are a scout with 4 HP. So everyone's kind of just keeping their scouts alive. Keeping them dreams alive. What's going to come out of you? Scorpions. Okay. Okay. Always curious to see what the players decide to go for, because honestly, siege, I mean, scorpions less so, but definitely mangonels. It really is a micro situation. How confident are you in your micro? And how confident are you that a Persian knight is not just going to show up here and absolutely wreck everything you have? Although maybe with enough spearmen, he will be able to defend. Nope, absolutely not. Cockiest scout in the world attacks into a group of 4 or 5 spearmen. And now the villager joins in on the fight as another villager repairs. Okay, MbL has defended this high value scorpion who... I mean, I'm joking about high value, but the guy's he's got 4 kills. The archers are going to try to kill it. The villagers are going to kill it. The villagers trying to repair here. What the hell is happening here in the center of the map? Absolute micro bedlam as we enter into Castle Age. What's on the menu? 2 more scorpions and a knight for our Celt. 2 more knights and archers for our Persian. I mean, I honestly don't know what the hell's going on here and who's going to take these fights. It looks like our Celt finally does manage to clear all this up, even though this Persian archer was on the high ground. Rather, 2 Persian archers were on the high ground. Another knight pops out. MbL needs to reinforce this ASAP. This guy's kind of hanging out between 2 ferns, just chilling. Might need to come here and help out. You never know what's going to come out of that Persian settlement. What's his vision like? Let's take a look at what MbL sees. Okay, so he doesn't actually have too much vision, even though he's seen the double range. And now he sees the stable, or maybe he saw the stable before. What he didn't see is the knight popping out and going to the east. But this is the trade-off with scorpions versus mangonels, right? Mangonels much more finicky, much more micro-intensive, but they can engage into a town center, whereas this scorpion cannot. I mean, I say cannot, just because our... I mean, he does have the... Sorry, let's take a step back. He can, if he wants to, but it's just not going to do the damage that a mangonel does. A scorpion with its +2 attack against buildings versus a mangonel with its +35 and base of a 40 attack. So you have to choose your siege carefully, because they do cost a lot more than the average unit. Ooh, takes a bit of damage. Both of them take a bit of damage. Remember, the Celt does fire 25% faster. Guns down the villager. Another villager being sent to repair. This is not good. This is not what a villager wants to do. Is he gonna die? 4 HP. Now he's gonna die. No! What the hell happened there? He was repairing him here. The mangonel was here. This mango shot that one. I don't know what the hell happened. They ultimately both end up dying, and now the stable... Looks like our Persian knights are trying to make an incursion into the back of the Celt base, saying, hey, the best defense is a nice, good offense as a few more scout units get trained. Well, how the hell do you respond to this? I guess by building a secondary wall off of palisade walls and houses. Okay, not exactly Cuban palisades with extra HP, but we'll see if they get the job done. The Knights, having accomplished nothing, are rounding the southern horn of the Celtic base. Ooh, wait a second. Are we setting up for some kind of sandwich of the Celt? Crossbows for our Persian? No, maybe not. I was going to say I was hoping for a sandwich here because he does have armed forces to the right. He does have armed forces in his settlement, but they're crossbows. And what the hell are crossbows going to do against 4 scorpions and 3 mangonels? We're about to find out. I'm keeping an eye on the minimap on the red dots to see if they're moving forward. Yeah, this is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take a whole bunch of damage to their HP. Or maybe they're just going to hope that MbL isn't paying attention and gets lured into this town center. And oh man, the first volley, first 2 volleys already taking 10% of that HP down. These Knights still have accomplished nothing. Perhaps accomplished some sightseeing, seeing that that town center is going to go up. But beyond that, not much. MbL here, this is not the time to retreat. This is the time to press the gas pedal. Vin Diesel, Fast and the Furious style, as you gun down yet another Persian mangonel, and yet another Celt mangonel is coming out. Looks like the 2 Knights did bite the dust. Did the town center get them? What ultimately got them? Oh, here we go. All the spearmen. Okay, MbL's doing actually a good amount of damage. I'm gonna take back what I just said, with the one exception that, hey, I mean, I get it, they're not that strong against buildings, but you might want to use them as well. Ooh, archery range on the high ground. One last volley and down she goes. But our Persian, a 3rd town center expanded to the back. Where's his 2nd? Next to the lumber. Lots and lots of hills mean that these town centers are not perfectly placed. I mean, this is quite an interesting placement and a bit of a depression between a bunch of hills. So not bad for that. And MbL wants to get vision on his opponent. Let's see what he actually can see. Okay. So it doesn't see much. Sees the flags up on the siege workshop, so he knows there's something cooking in there. And now he'll see the mangonel coming out. So beautiful placement. I don't know that these are necessarily the douchey outposts. The, what is it called? An outpost rush or whatever the hell. That's seen as kind of a douchey thing to do to your opponent. Just because, number one, I don't think MbL thinks that he's really winning this game at the level that he can do that. I mean, if his score was 1,000 points ahead of his opponent, maybe, but it's not. Looks like his light cav are being repelled also to the south of the Celtic base by, oh, the same hero spearmen as before. Looks like they managed to kill one of these light cavs, and now the rest abscond. Oh, I missed another mangonel going down. Apologies for that. We've got a few more stables being plopped down. Oh, he doesn't see it with his outposts. Where's this villager going? Mango, mango, another Persian mangonel bites the dust. Now, if there's ever a civilization in Castle Age that you want taking a pounding from mangonels to their town center, it is definitely the Persians with their 4,800 HP. Byzantines obviously a close second with 30% more HP, but even 30% is not 100% more. It looks like another light cav bit the dust. What killed him here? Definitely not this. Maybe the skirmisher. He does have 4 kills. Attack rounds by MbL miss. There's a big body of... okay, I thought these were light cavalry units, but the crossbows. Okay. So whereas the knights couldn't penetrate into MbL's settlement, he's hoping the crossbows perhaps might be able to pick off a few villagers here and there. Good attack rounds by MbL. Not every day you see a mangonel getting a fast as lightning light cavalry unit, but our Persian has managed to mass 3 mangonels of his own. Let's frickin' go. Let's see it. Let's see it. 1 villager, probably not enough to repair this town center as quickly as you'd like. 3 mangonels. And there you go. Oh no, he loses 1, but okay. Our Celt loses 1 as well. Now the light cav close. It looks like the crossbows are getting some damage done up to the north, but ultimately, again, the push out by the Persian is just absolutely met by a stonewalling Celt. MbL is housed again. We have seen this so many times. 4 kills. It looks like a bit of a scuffle erupted here with a mangonel. Also, where does he have a siege workshop? Oh, he's got a siege workshop right here. That's where he's got it. We've seen this happen with MbL so frequently. So, I shouldn't say frequently, so regularly. Another Persian Mangonel down. We'll see if our Celt... Another Persian Mangonel down. This is just an absolute disaster for Barles. It's not like these, I was wondering for a second, perhaps... Oh, looks like these crossbows took a bunch of rocks to the face. The light cav is here. It's going to help snipe that. I was wondering, perhaps, is it the extra HP that he got or may have gotten on his mangonels? But no, that's an Imperial Age upgrade. He does manage to convert a knight, does our Persian. So now an upgradeless knight is roaming the map as well, combining forces with these crossbows. More and more light cav on the menu. I mean, at this point, our Persian has to decide what he wants to do. Do you want to continue investing in mangonels? You are not winning the mangonel war. Or do you just want to overwhelm your opponent with light cavalry units? Oh, what a disgusting attack. Oh, what a disgusting attack round. And there you go. When micro doesn't work, try brute force. When brute force doesn't work, try numerical superiority, as the knight and the mangonel Romeo and Juliet here die in tandem, holding hands. And all of a sudden, it looks like our Persian has stopped this Celtic push. And not only that, take a look at the villager count. He stopped it with 26 more villagers and a castle going up. By the way, a castle that our Celt is going to, ooh, maybe not see that. Okay, now he sees it. Monk tries to convert something. Does not manage to get it. The light cav. What is the light cav up to here? They're just trying to keep these pikemen busy and occupied. Oh no, and now it's our Celt, who is all of a sudden losing the mangonels. He's got two. Where the hell are they? They must be in this siege workshop. No, where the hell are his two mangonels? They're back home. Okay, these are those two mangonels are the two pirates in the not, oh my god, the two pirates, the two British soldiers in the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean, when we're introduced to Captain Jack Sparrow. With his dying breath, he says, F you to that converted pikeman. Those are the two funny British soldiers that Jack Sparrow manages to outsmart so that he can get control of, I forget the name of the ship. But in any event, it looks like that light cav's gonna have a field day with a few of those Celtic villagers as more and more Persian villagers are moving forward. I thought for sure a castle drop, but seems a little bit confused, a little bit not sure where to place it, as he now discovers there is a Celtic castle, and our Celt 2.5 minutes away from Imperial, for some reason from the very forward town center, not from this one. Okay, so MbL rolling the dice, taking a bit of a risk. He sees all of these villagers moving forward. He knows what that's about, but out come Cav Archers. Okay, I mean, we talk a lot about the Chinese ability to tech switch, but the diversity and what's the word I'm looking for? Fullness of the Persian tech trees are just absolutely insane. It is just such a redonkulous civilization. Even with the war elephant now being buffed a little bit to move quicker, even before that, it was just an absolute bonker civilization. I mean, I always now, when we watch Persians, hope we see Savars. We'll see if we do. I don't really know what our Celt wants to do right now. He's going Woad Raiders. Okay. Could potentially do some damage here, especially against Cav Archers. If they can catch up, those Woad Raiders are going to have an absolute field day. MbL does not want to risk anything. He is putting a middle-of-the-road castle down. Uh-oh. But with all of his army in the forward position, he's got nothing to defend the back settlement here. Now, luckily for him, this entire body of 10 units has only gotten 3-4 kills, but the pikemen close, and just like that, 2 Cav Archers lie dead on the dance floor as our Celt hits Imperial. 40 seconds away is our Persian now. His villager lead has been cut down to 9. Still in the lead, though, and still the pikemen are catching up. How is that possible? Barles must be stopping his units, must be looking somewhere else, must be focusing somewhere else. Man, oh man, as a caster, I don't know about other casters, Memb and T90, Dave, Ornlu, everyone else, but when I see things like this on the minimap, these little blue dots, and especially when they're on fire, and they're lighting up like little Christmas lights, man, oh man, does that trick my eyes into thinking that there is some kind of battle happening on the field, even though I know that these are just outposts in a house. Ooh, dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. The sharks are circling. These mangonels are hungry for Persian blood. 2 kills already. Cav archers, a massive 1 kill. Their HP is terrible. It's down like 30%. They've got to be real careful about taking shots from 4 mangonels. And look at the left side of your screen. Holy moly. Heavy Cav archer, Parthian tactics, padded archer armor, chemistry. Our Persian, our rich man, is moving to get as many upgrades as humanly possible for these Cav archers. Wow. Okay. So Barles having held against the Celt. Where the hell are the mangonels? The mangonels are moving into the south. Oh, look at this. Look at this. 1 second. Is he's trying to lure them into a trap? MbL! MbL! The king of traps lately. I mean, that was disgusting, but the king of traps lately. Holy moly, was that a brilliant move. We're gonna have to go back and look at that at the 44-minute mark of the game, but assuming that's what was happening, and MbL is housed again. He's housed again. I don't know what to do. My hand is on my forehead. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 extra population. 35 extra population about to come out. And there we go. Once the Woad Raider closes, it's bye-bye bears for these Cav archers. But assuming that's what MbL did there, that was freaking brilliant to lure these Cav archers, now heavy Cav archers with Parthian tactics. Still missing a few armor upgrades. But if that's what happened there, then that was an absolutely fantastic. Now, some of you have said that I try to read, 4D chess moves into things that are not necessarily the case. I overthink it, which could honestly be the case. I am a caster, not a player. And that's why I'm starting to qualify. Now that's why I'm saying if that's what MbL did instead of that's what MbL did. Although I got pretty damn excited, they're not going to lie. Sorry if I yelled in your ear. Sorry if I went supersonic on you. Villager kills Tony. Bombard cannon is going to help out. It looks like our Persian castle has fallen here to the bottom right of our screen. There's a bunch of trebs, 4 trebs out. Our Persian has no gold, investing all of his resources in upgrading these Cav archers. He's got almost a death ball. Now, why the hell is he getting armor upgrades for his light Cav? I mean, you've invested so much in your Cav archers. Why not round them out with that last armor upgrade? But again, even with all these upgrades, I still think the Woad Raider, elite, fully upgraded Woad Raider, FYI, is going to absolutely be able to demolish the Cav archer. These guys are eating houses for breakfast. Every time I see something like that, it reminds me of the Billy Madison Shooter McGavin eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast scene. And they just gobble up infrastructure and they gobble up villagers, and oh no. This is a bunch of dead miners here for our Persian, who, in all fairness, is being repaid for what he did up here to the Celt. Okay, Cav archers, after getting a whole bunch of upgrades, perhaps they thought there were some villagers there. No, you do not want to close up against Woad Raiders, my friend. You absolutely do not want to do that. Now, one thing I will say, among other the many things that I say, because I do have a big mouth, our Celt is being given quite a lot of free range here. Barles has the more mobile units, surprisingly. Now, against the Celts, 2 converted Celts join the Persian army and immediately die. Now, against the Celts with the Woad Raider, usually the Woad Raider is the one setting the pace of the game. Just like, take a look. Up here, you've got the light Cav. Up here, you've got the light Cav. Down here, you've got the light Cav. So our Persian is setting the pace off to the nether regions of the map. But back home, it really does feel like our Celt is being given, like I said, free range. Our Persian has the more mobile unit. And now he's taking a fight. These light Cav are providing the perfect meat shield here for him. And all of a sudden, the map is just absolutely ablaze. What the hell are you doing? Focusing on a few palisade. Oh my god, they're on palisade duty. Okay. Just when you think you've seen it all, 2 Woad Raiders take a break from fighting and dying and drinking and quaffing to absolutely destroy the very important key palisade walls to the bottom right of our Persian settlement. And yet, this is what I'm talking about. These Woad Raiders are just everywhere. Wherever the hell MbL wants them to be, that's where they are. And our Persian is just not stopping them. Even though, again, what is Cav Archers doing here? 25 kills for 29 Cav Archers, not fantastic. These need to be out on the map. They need to be sniping villagers. They need to be parking themselves outside of town centers, outside of wood lines, and trying their darndest to kill as many villagers as possible. How's your campaign going to rid the world of palisades one stick at a time? Synchronized attacks, and down goes the last palisade. This is really what they lived and died for? Now, I don't know who takes this fight. 2 fully upgraded Woad Raiders versus a light cav. Let's see it. I know there's other things happening on the map, but I am so focused on this. The Woad Raider takes it as these Woad Raiders push back. Yet another tide of Persian aggression. It looks like our bombard cannon has fallen. It looks like we've got Persian Trebs on the left, Celtic Trebs on the right, Persian castle down. Woad Raiders just insert themselves again. Our Celt is just being allowed to dictate the pace of the game, and we've got citadels. Look at that attack on the castle, and look at the attack bonus. +3 infantry, +3 ram. This might be very problematic for our Celt, if not for the fact that our Persian has 1 castle left. And now these mangonels have grown up. They've become men. They have become onagers. Big gold ingot carrying villagers aren't moving forward. Onagers, be careful. You don't want to kill your own villagers. Woad Raiders chasing light cav to the north. Oh, man. But now we've got Persian Hussars. I'm going to zoom out so we can look at the entire field of battle. Where the hell were these Woad Raiders going? The Woad Raiders to the north have gotten absolutely eviscerated, running into that Hussar meat shield. And now the Cav Archers are peeling off to the north to save their villagers while the front is under attack. I'm not sure that was the right move. With their movement speed, they should be able to come back fairly quickly. But the castle is down, an emergency castle here to the back. Our Persian is falling apart. He's got 30 less army supply. His villager lead has evaporated, just like the dust of this castle. And now there's a whole bunch of Woad Raiders, 59 Woad Raiders. Nah, you're not getting my Treb anytime soon, say these Woad Raiders. Cav Archers are going to do their best they can. They're going to have to try a little bit harder. Okay, they do manage to get one of the Trebs. Let's see the Woad Raiders close. Again, if they can close, they will absolutely wreck these Cav Archers. As we can see, the Cav Archers just melting. But he is not kiting. He is just running away, throwing Hussars into the path. And there's the castle, and there's that chemtrail of the bullets. Oh, it's so beautiful to see. Citadel's honestly one of the most dangerous upgrades in the game. I'm going to go on record to say that. I should say one of the most dangerous structural upgrades in the game, if not just overall in the game. There are other deadlier. We saw Farimba the other day, for example. Woot Steel is not to be scoffed at. But in terms of structures, I very much think Citadel might be, if not top 3, then definitely top 5 most dangerous upgrades in the game. Up there with Crenellations, up there with Svan Towers, which if you haven't seen, Doubt put out a video, I want to say 3 weeks ago, before NAC 5, talking about how Svan Towers is one of the craziest upgrades in the game. He's using trebuchets to shell Hussars. Oh my goodness. Now remember, these are Celtic Trebs, so instead of a 10-second delay, they fire at a 7 or 8-second delay rather. I don't know why I thought 7.5. They should be firing 25% faster. The high ground just being shelled away. A few pikemen being added into the mix. What an absolute disaster. Look at all the red dead bodies. Oh no. Okay, he's lured them in. He lured them into the castle. This is where he should be taking the fight, not here. Although I guess if you want to snipe your opponent's Trebs, that is a good location to take a fight. But man, I have to remember to go back to the 40-minute mark to see if this was indeed a trap. But holy shit, did we get to see a whole bunch of features out of these two civilizations. It's a shame we didn't get to see Siege Onagers, but oh, look at that. Look at that HP. Furor Celtica. When did that happen? I mean, I missed Citadels. It makes sense I missed Furor Celtica. You guys know I rabbit hole my vision, tunnel vision myself into some things sometimes here. Oh man, that is wow. I mean, what do you say about this game? Like I said, I think our Persian with the more mobile unit was not aggressing with this unit. Correct me if I'm wrong. After that little adventure here, I don't think we saw cav archers out on the map from our Persian ever in the last 15 minutes or so. His cav archers were at home doing damage control, policing the northern reaches of his realm, the eastern reaches of his realm, everything and anything to stop this Celtic flow of units. And even though, again, the Woad Raider is still the second fastest after the Eagle in the game, and even though the Halberdier, I called it a pikeman before, but you guys know what I mean, moves 15% faster than normal. I mean, the Cav Archer is still the faster unit. And now with Citadel castles, I feel like if he had one or two more castles up, he may have stuck around. But Barles still somewhat decent amount of resources, walled himself in fantastically, about to screw it all up with a few lumberjacks, though. Ultimately ran out of gold. But more importantly, forget the gold. You can sell resources for gold. What he doesn't have is time to train anything to deal with these freaking trebuchets. I mean, how the hell do you stop 5 Celtic trebs? Remember, like I said, they fire faster. They're not exactly Cataperuto trebs that pack and unpack 4 times faster, fire 33% faster, but they do fire 25% faster. Yeah, I thought that would have been a 7.5. Anyway, wow, what a fun game. Our Celt just not stopping the domination and map control ever since he got that first siege workshop up, I believe, on this hill. But after that, it was pedal to the metal, even though our Persian did make efforts to try to penetrate the base, first with knights, then with crossbows, then with cav archers and light cav, and then hussars. But ultimately, when you got Fur Celtica shoving up your guts, there's nothing you can do. You got to go home. You got to defend it. You do not want to leave a Woad Raider. We saw how quickly they eat houses. Where was that house? Somewhere here. I don't know. So you guys know where it was. Somewhere here. I don't know. You know, you saw how quickly they ate that house. 14 attack, 2 attack delay, plus 5 attack bonus against building means that they absolutely gobble up those houses. Let's take a look at the stats. 142 light cav, 147 Woad Raiders. PKPM beginning interesting at the 8-minute mark of the game. PKPM for our winner right towards the end of the game. Okay, literally seconds away from the end of the game. The economies, the Persians got to be bigger, no? Oh, look at that. No, it isn't. He had a villager lead for the first 45 minutes of the game. And even despite that villager lead, towards the end of the game, I guess the last 12 minutes are enough to make him fall behind. Wow. So food and gold, there's your Woad Raiders going to our Celt. Wood and stone, there's your castle. And cav archers, I guess, not really stone for cav archers, but you know what I mean. For our Persian, he does also come out with 3 relics versus the 2 of his opponent. And it looks like he got them a bit earlier than his opponent as well. And let's see where, 4 conversions, 0 conversions, not exactly the end of the world. Okay, so I see a bunch of crowns here. Let's take a look. Fur Celtica, this is why I missed it, because it was literally 2 minutes ago. And then Stronghold. Ooh, I would have loved to see those units getting healed up by Stronghold. And there is Citadels at the same time as Stronghold. And there, this big jumble here. I hate putting my mouse on here because it brings up all these things. But this is where that moment where those 6 upgrades were coming into play. And holy moly, let us definitely go back to the, 44-minute mark of the game? Yeah, 44-minute mark of the game. We need to see what happened here. Okay, so these cav archers, their probing, let's put it like that, has come to an end. Because there's 2 town centers here. I guess they can try to thread the needle in these 2 tiles here, next to the tree stump and the ale barrel, and try to maybe come into this little nook. But then you're trapped in this little nook against the Celt, who might pop out a mangonel out of somewhere. And you're still stuck because you can't really go to the left because of this town center. And at the moment, their upgrades, let's take a look at their upgrades. Their armor upgrades are shit. So he does not want to engage underneath the town center at all to risk these guys. Ultimately, that does screw him. So let's keep an eye on the vision of our Persian. Actually, you know what? I can just do this. And let's put it in slow-mo so our Woad Raiders are moving forward. Remember, he doesn't see this. We see this, but he doesn't see this. They chase the Woad Raiders thinking they found easy prey. And boom, out of the darkness come 4 freaking mangonels. 3 of them shoot. And immediately... Tell me, was that a trap? Or was that just luck of the draw? I feel like that was a trap. I really do feel like that's a trap. But in any event, what an absolute fun game we've got to see. Anytime you see Woad Raiders, it's super fun. Just because I say this every time we watch the Celts and the Woad Raiders come out. It's just such an insane unit for what it is. It's a man in funny pants, a couple of tats. Guy, he looks, you know what he looks like? He looks like a barista on Halloween with a big giant, ludicrously sized axe, long ass hair. Like a barista in Portland, Oregon or something like that, or in Seattle. At a Seattle Starbucks. Seattle's the first city. That's where Starbucks started, right? Anyway. But this unit is just bonkers. It's just an absolutely bonkers unit. And even the Persian Cav Archer, which did wait until Imperial to get Parthian tactics. Not that it would have helped against Woad Raiders Parthian tactics. I guess with the extra armor, it might be if you let your opponent close on you. But the attack bonus comes against Spearmen, not these guys. But wow, was this an absolute fun matchup. Both players just pushing at each other. Unfortunately for Barles, our Celt just made himself at home. And despite being pushed back for a little while, there was like a 10-15 minute stretch of the game where our Persian did really look like he had pushed back the Celtic aggression. Ultimately, with the surviving Trebs and just this terrible last engagement here, even though, again, one of the deadliest upgrades, this literally has all the earmarks of a counter Celt upgrade. Attack bonus against infantry and attack bonus against rams. The two best, aside from obviously Trebs, everyone gets Trebs. But for the Celts, they're two best ways to take down structures. And holy moly, that was a fun game. But ultimately, like in all zero-sum games, there must be a winner. There must be a person who taps out. And it is our Persian Barles, after a strong hour-long battle, who taps out, even though he got more villager kills, MbL with more total kills. But ultimately, MbL emerges victorious, but truly GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.